From fly tipping to rats the size of cats, a year of the all-out Birmingham bin strike.
I think the residents are tired and they're really concerned about what's going on, and no one's speaking to us. You know, the council are not talking, we're not having any regular updates on what's going on.
1 year on, there's no sign of any breakthrough in this entrenched battle between Birmingham City Council and its bin workers.
Good evening. It's exactly a year since bin workers in Birmingham began an all-out strike in a row with the City Council over pay and conditions. It's become one of the longest-running industrial disputes in recent memory and has led to rubbish piling up on streets, fly tipping and headlines about rats the size of cats. And there's little sign of any resolution. Catherine Stan-Cheshin reports.
365 days on, an almost identical scene.
We stand up and we fight!
Striking bin workers came together outside the Tyseley depot to mark what they say is an unwanted but necessary birthday.
It's difficult. Every day is the same, but we're all there for each other, we all support each other, and the mood and the morale has just got stronger and stronger.
It's been a year of twists and turns in this messy tale for the council, the union and, of course, the people of Birmingham.
We didn't have any rats until this lot appeared. Now we've got them having parties on the grass.
Since those early months of all-out action, residents have for the most part had normal waste collections as the council pays a premium to keep them going. But with no recycling collections and an increase in litter and fly tipping, it's not the service anyone wants. The industrial action started with a row over the scrapping of a role that had its origins in strikes gone by. It progressed into a fight over pay cuts of up to £8,000 for drivers and the treatment of agency workers. And it's a fight that has involved rejected offers, disputed offers and accusations of bad behaviour and a lack of good faith on both sides. And national attention, with the Labour government making clear which side it's on.
Dealing with the bin strikes is the priority. We continue to call on Unite to suspend the strike immediately and bring the disruption to an end.
Right now, it's stalemate. The council's sticking point, giving money to bin workers that it says could jeopardise an equal pay deal with thousands of female workers.
Unite need to be realistic and come to us with an offer which is reasonable, something that we could agree to. We've taken advice from council who have the relevant knowledge and expertise of both historical equal pay liabilities and current equal pay liabilities that this City Councils face. Their opinion is different to that opinion which has been put forward by Unite.
What we discussed in the summer doesn't extend the ongoing equal pay liabilities. They've said we have to accept modernisation. I can say today, this morning, we accept modernisation. Absolutely not a problem. Look, I do see light at the end of the tunnel, because there is a potential deal that we could do that meets all the council's concerns. It just needs them to get back into the room with us to do it.
So it's the anniversary that nobody wanted, with no sign of resolution on the cards.
And Catherine is at a bin depot in Tyseley for us this evening, so no sign of the stalemate being broken, and of course it's people living in Birmingham who continue to suffer.
Yes, absolutely, Mary. Pickets at depots like this one across Birmingham have been manned continuously for a year now. I was talking to workers here earlier this morning who say they still believe that the public has sympathy for their plight at the moment. Of course, that is not the case for every Birmingham resident that I have been speaking to. Some say they need to get back to work now and accept the situation, particularly in light of the high council tax that residents have been paying more recently over the last 2 years. Rachel Lewis has been speaking to people in the city.
The sight of overflowing bins and black bags dumped on the side of the road has become all too familiar in Birmingham. Residents say 1 year of the unresolved bin dispute has left them feeling fed up.
I don't think anybody in Birmingham suspected or even knew that this bin strike would have gone on for a whole year, and it's given a bad image to Birmingham. We are a lovely city, nice people, and we deserve better than this.
Some residents say the lack of a resolution is making them consider not paying council tax, something the City Council recommends against, saying it is a legal responsibility to pay.
I think the residents are tired and they're really concerned about what's going on, and no one's speaking to us. You know, the council are not talking, we're not having any regular updates on what's going on.
Other residents in parts of the city have a personal connection to the dispute.
As a former bin worker and resident, it's frustrating. It's not nice seeing them streets. It's not nice that the names that Birmingham have been getting. But again, the council need to get around the table, sort this out. It's not just about us. It's not just about the council. It's about the residents. We want to get this deal done so they can get back to work and start cleaning the streets up correctly.
Although the council is employing agency workers to collect household waste, residents hope a resolution to the dispute can be found so their collections can return to normal. Rachel Lewis, BBC Midlands Today.
Birmingham City Council says it is very much keeping on top of those weekly waste collections at the moment. In fact, it actually says that in some areas those collections are more efficient than when its normal workforce was in place. It's also committing to bringing in a new food waste service from June. Also, recycling services will be back then, albeit every fortnight. Its message to Unite workers is, we do want you back. We want you to come back with an offer, but we will be doing that with or without you.
OK, Catherine Stancheshan, thank you. Well, our political editor, Elizabeth Glinker, is with me now. So what's stopping this dispute from being resolved?
Well, normally, if you're going to resolve a dispute, you have to have negotiations, and we're not having negotiations, and we haven't had negotiations for about 7, almost 8 months now, since last July, when the council said this is our best and final offer, and Unite the Union said that's not good enough, that doesn't protect our workers. So yeah, stalemate. What we've had today actually from Unite the Union is quite striking. They're trying to go at this from another direction, you might say now. So they've announced that they are going to pull some of their funding from the National Labour Party. Remember, this is a Labour-run council. They're going to pull about 40% of their funding, which is just under £600,000. So this is a very political move to try and exert some kind of pressure because the negotiations with the council aren't getting anywhere. The council, for their part, would say, well, look, this isn't party political. We made the best offer we could, and we can't reopen negotiations. We can't offer you more because, remember, this is a council that went bankrupt. It still has government commissioners in there helping to run things, and they say if they reopen it, that opens the equal pay liability. That's what kicked this all off in the first place, and that's why they're trying to reorganise the bin, payment structure.
Local elections are coming up. Could they have an impact?
Well, nothing has changed for a long time, and an election is a change, so something is happening. So that could, concentrate minds, but I think it could work one of two ways. It could mean that Unite thinks, look, we don't know who we're going to be dealing with after these elections, so look, we need to move on this, and the government equally might think we want to get this done. On the other side, though, people may be thinking it's a bit late now, it's not really going to make any difference. And equally, we've heard it's so entrenched, nobody wants to be the one to back down and look like they've caved in. Labour have said today nationally, they've pointed out, the government, that they're putting workers' rights legislation through Parliament at the moment to try and protect low-paid workers. And they say in their statement that it is a great disappointment that the bin strike is still ongoing. Unite could and should end the strike. So not much common ground.
OK, Elizabeth Glinker, thank you.